Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
We've done it. We're professionals. We've only been doing it a year.
Hell yeah.
What is it, 10,000 hours?
I think so.
How many more years do we have to do this before we become masters?
A million.
Yeah,
What's higher than that, right?
it's 10,000, right?
The generally accepted
The meaningless
is
number.
10,000 hours. Yeah, the meaningless number is 10,000 hours. As if you say, oh yeah, Fliz, you got 10,000 hours to learn League of Legends and you'll be a master. And if you say, hey, Faker, you got 10,000 hours to learn League of Legends and you'll be a master, there will be two different versions of master there.
I wonder where that came from.
I want to say self-help books.
The smart guys.
I don't know.
Smart.
It's a guy who said a thing that sounded smart and everybody else latched on it like, ooh, alphas are the pack, that kind of like dumb saying.
Does that mean that one guy on Steam that's got like 66,000 hours in Nekopara is a master of Nekopara?
He's a sixfold master.
I would say he's better than anybody else at it. And if he's not, he's wasted a lot of time.
I still don't know what you do in that for 66,000 hours.
Learn
You
this
don't wanna
good
know.
front to back.
You know exactly what you do in that for 60. It's their entire online culture, right? That's the porn game, right?
No, I think at that point, like, it's not even that anymore. You have like a connection to the game.
You know
Like-
that script front to back.
I think he is. It's like multiple games too in the series that he has like that
Yeah.
amount of time on.
Do the characters continue over from game to game?
I have no idea.
Yes.
Okay. He's one of those people that has one of those characters as like all his plushies and his wallpapers and he's the one who prints out a picture of the character and takes it to dinner. Like that's that guy. And the only way he can get that character to speak to him is in the game. So every day to talk to the character, he has to open up a save state of a certain part of the game to get the answers he wants. That's one of those guys.
I'm sure with that much time, though, you already have like macros and you recorded the lines.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
No,
good.
he's got a whole
I
system.
was gonna say we talking like there's a shrine in your closet type individual.
Oh, this is like the whole house. This is not the closet anymore. This is like this is his wife.
Nekopara Villa.
He's legally married to some character.
there's an
from that
Alexa in
fucking
every room
Mm-hmm.
with
There is.
ChatGPT hooked up and orders to just be like that character as much as possible.
I like to think he's actually really broke. So it's like a cheap ass Rube Goldberg, like Pee Wee's Playhouse machine hooked up to a tape recorder, and like a broom with a picture stapled to it.
He's probably, I mean, to break the illusion, he's probably just got one of those Steam programs that allows you to open multiple copies of the same game to like pad your runtime.
No,
Nah, that's
So
boring.
what's the
big
point in
joke.
padding it that far?
Because you look at it and he's the guy with 66,000 hours in a Nekopara game. Like that's the point then and there. We're talking about him. That's the point.
Cool guy.
Psycho.
Not a psycho.
He knows what he likes. That man has gone on a journey of self-discovery and came out the person he wanted to be.
No, he never came out. He's gonna die on that journey.
I feel like he came out pretty hard when it shows 66,000
did.
hours. God damn it.
Jimmy's still on that mountain, guys. You think he's okay?
Dude, I went through every single one to look at the hours, and it's just every review he posts is like, "This is my forever." Like,
That's wild.
I guess you do you, man. Like,
It's like some Black Mirror shit of like investing your entire life into something that doesn't exist. That's wild. That's
pretty
low.
crazy.
I'm sad now.
That's what it's like to be a writer, Fliz.
He is happier than any of us. Just remember that. He is content
Probably
with his life.
right.
that's jalapeno too, man. I just find it like crazy to think about, like put that much time to a visual novel.
We're going to have a very strange culture when we invent like 5 senses VR.
I mean,
Nobody's gonna leave their house.
We're getting close. We're getting closer.
I wouldn't leave my house. Daddy, we're hungry. Can't hear you.
Shut up, my family and my other family needs me.
Open the door. No.
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Second family. My real family needs me. Go away.
This one doesn't nag me.
You know, there's some quote about like family is the people you choose or something like that. It'll be like, nah, family is the people you make.
Family is the people you download. I downloaded my family off the internet and paid $3.50 for it.
I mean, people already do that with Second Life where they like pretend to be. I've seen the videos.
Oh my God,
they're
dude.
like,
Yes,
they
we
pretend
have.
to be babies and
Dude, there are people that like actually have like real estate jobs renting out like Second Life land and property.
oh yeah, that's so it's too much. That's why it's not allowed on Twitch. It's too much.
Is Second Life just not allowed on Twitch?
Yep.
I guess I can see why.
Yep.
There's a lot of strange things in that scene in general.
Well, speaking of strange things, welcome to episode
Oh, shit.
51 of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. I'm your host, Fliz, joined by three lovely gentlemen. We got Tsun, we got Kylar,
Hello.
we got Strider, and we're here to talk. God damn it, why don't you ever answer me?
you kept going, so I didn't want to interrupt.
No, there's a little pause in there for you guys to be like, what's that? And then
Remember-
you just sit there stone silent.
Remember, autism. I was getting ready to answer, and you
All
kept
right.
going. You always have to give me an extra second or two. Not even joking. Like literally, I was thinking, getting ready to answer. You kept going, so I went, I'll wait.
From now on, I'll give you an extra
Dick
second.
clap.
Genuinely, I was thinking and getting ready to answer. The gears had to turn. I'm slow. I'm stupid. We'll get there when we get there. I got stunned. I got CC'd.
Got stun locked by the thing we do every week.
Yep.
Never see it coming.
Yeah. Welcome back. We'd love to tell you about what was it this week? We have we're gonna be doing the State of Play and Summer Games Fest, which we just watched yesterday. So that's
Ooh.
what we're on about. I
Let's
don't think
do
there
it.
was a whole lot of news, so we're just gonna ignore it.
They had a bunch of small stuff. I only found small stuff that was like interesting.
Well, if you have something funny and we have time, maybe we'll get into it. But for now,
Looking at it again, it's all stuff regarding like it's all just like separate articles about stuff revealed during these events. So it really doesn't matter.
okay, so yeah, just throw it in the trash. For now, everybody listening, go ahead and leave a like and a comment because you love us, and we'll get on with our. What is State of Play exactly? Is that PlayStation's trailer?
That is PlayStation's event. They do it
Okay.
multiple times a year.
Oh, I thought it was once a year.
It's usually once or twice. It's usually 2 to 3 times, I think, like every 6 months or so. It's usually about a 40-minute show where they just run through, show you mostly game trailers, and then usually there's like a handful of like, here's an update from this studio or so forth. But it's
Gotcha.
compared to Summer Games Fest, it's literally like much quicker in terms of here's one thing, here's the next, here's the next, here's the next.
Okay, and these aren't like. There's no skits or anything really. These are just
No.
kind of trailer after trailer after trailer.
They're mostly
Yeah.
trailer, plus like they might have someone like I'm here from the Here studio and I'm here to introduce the next game, or they might have like 30 seconds to say something.
All right, cool.
The big announcement that had everyone hyped from State of Play, the Marvel fighting game by Arc Systems Works.
Okay, talking.
Yeah,
Marvel
that looks
Pokemon
cool.
Fighting Souls. The designs are fire. Look,
Looks
because I
solid.
think they've revealed 8 characters, I think, to start with. So they almost already have 2XKO's launch roster. They also announced big gameplay thing about it is it's going to be 4v4 that they announced in the trailer.
I couldn't understand what you meant by that at first. I like wasn't like
Fighter.
4. We're just gonna next one's gonna be 5 character teams, or like what does this add?
Me picking the entire roster to jump somebody.
I'm gonna be all of the Fantastic Four.
There's no way they can't not include the Fantastic Four, right? If you're doing a 4v4 fighting game.
No, they totally will.
I might. I was just laughing because I'm like, every time I think I'm sick of Marvel, they're like, yo, come check this out. And I'm like, I don't want any more Marvel, but now I kind of do because that looks fire. It's like they took all the heat out of the movies and went to gaming because the movies are kind of booty now.
They've been pittering out pretty heavily, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, after Thanos, what do? Nothing.
That is
apparently.
true.
Nothing, apparently.
And I mean, all they
Too
needed was
much.
Squirtle to beat him, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
Scrub Squirrel Girl. Like, hey, take care of him.
That game looks pretty clean, though. Although, if you were watching our last video, I was playing Hunter x Hunter, which is pretty close to Marvel versus Capcom. And those games are difficult. You need to know a lot of buttons, and I don't think that's for me. So hopefully this doesn't play exactly just for my personal taste. Like, I hope it's not just a Marvel versus Capcom. The combos I was seeing looked kind of slow and small. So even slower and smaller than 2XKO, which I don't hate because I'm not very good at fighting games. Keep them smaller.
I guess the mechanics are supposed to be fairly simple in this one.
Okay.
Which makes sense too. If you're gonna do like 4v4, like you don't want anything like super complicated for a ton of the characters.
Like fighters.
Yeah, so I imagine a lot of the complexity is going to become like actually using multiple characters at once rather than actually using the character that you're using. But I have no idea. We'll see.
Do you guys like because I very much so I like to find a character I like and then just go all in on that character. I don't.
Yeah.
Are you guys about the like tag teams and stuff?
I am not. That's why I didn't play fighters, because I didn't want to learn multiple characters.
I mean, the thing with fighters is that characters usually fell into archetypes that made them very easy to learn. Like, for example, all the Saiyans played relatively similar compared, like, for a fighting game compared to a bunch of some other series where, like Blaze Blue, where you need a PhD for each character because all of their system, like each character just plays a separate game and they're all in the same fighting game.
I was gonna say, didn't they say for this one too that you only really need to learn the one character and then just use the assists because they all share the same health bar or something like that?
We don't know too much about it. They said that like they've referenced the fact that like learning one character, playing with like 3 characters as an assist was in some way an option. I don't know if that means that like because you have a unified health bar, there's a mode where you only have point character and just assists and the point character's buffed, because we got very little information, just basically hype trailers showing off the gameplay, like how it looks in motion, but like system details weren't really included, because like the only thing we got is right after the announcement there was like a rewind thing where they just did a little documentary of like how the game came to be. But
I want to know more. It looks super clean, but I've been fooled with DNF. So
thankfully, I think the DNF Duel was Arc Systems helped with DNF Duel, but it wasn't their game directly. Like they weren't the core developer.
Oh, really? Because I've always held it against them.
No,
like you guys
damn.
are fire, but this is trash.
No, I think Neeple was the main ones behind it, right?
Okay.
I think Neeple, yeah, and then Arc helped.
Yeah, it says here Neeple, Arc, and Aiden Co. were the ones that all worked on it together. So they were 1/3 of like the development team potentially.
I don't know. It looks really cool. It's going to be like a tag fighter. So like could the 4 of us play and then like hop into competitive or
We
whatever?
don't know.
No
Like
idea.
the very light information. Like
We don't know anything.
like
That'd be cool because like the Guilty Gear tag system, you know, it's great, but I don't think it's super amazing. I wonder how it's gonna compare to Riot's fighting game in comparison, because we played that one and that one was really good. That one felt really nice to play too. So
2XKO might be murdered on launch by the like shortly after when this launches.
yeah, I don't. When is that supposed to come out in comparison?
Sometime 2026. Like if it drops like early next year, like because 2XKO is coming out sometime late this year, unless they delay it. But just imagine it just starting up, and then everyone just plays Marvel instead, and it dies.
I could see it happening. Next, they're gonna make a MOBA.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Concord. Well, sorry, everybody's playing Marvel. It's free.
Oh wait, I was gonna say I thought they had a MOBA, but I think that was actually DC.
Yeah, DC had a MOBA that I think they canceled it, right?
There is apparently a Marvel mobile MOBA right now called Marvel Super War. That's on mobile.
Oh, Marvel. Oh, okay. Okay, you confused me. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that those two games are coming out, and then we're talking about Warner Brothers going for like Injustice 3. Nah. That ain't it, boss.
Fighting games fans are eating good.
Warner Bros. Executives are just crying in the corner right now.
Why can't you be normal?
It's tough too, because everything probably will just still get swept by Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter has been dominating, like by far.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Which I wish I liked Street Fighter more, because maybe I'll try it again. I don't know.
I have to go on a related tangent for this. So there's a manga coming out that's getting an anime adaptation that is basically cute girls play fighting games, right? But for the manga, they have this whole invented like fake fighting game that they play, right? The anime is just straight up playing Street Fighter 6. Like it straight up just has gameplay of Street Fighter 6 in the trailer.
Nice.
And it's like so jarring going from an anime art style to just Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Which
Yeah, I guess because there's a lot of anime fighters you could use that would probably fit the bill perfectly, and they're like, "Nah, we're cross promoting."
You gotta use the most iconic, man.
it's also the fact that Street Fighter is huge in Japan for like a fighting game. Like I think it's way bigger there than it is here in the West. And it's still pretty sizable here.
Oh yeah, well, maybe they're tired of anime fighters. They see enough anime. Plus, I mean, regardless of whether it's an anime fight or not, it still looks great.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty game. Just not my cup of tea. I don't like the gameplay loop of Street Fighter / pace.
Yeah, I got sick of certain matchups. I was the statistic of, man, I hate seeing this character. I'm tired of it. I can't anymore.
It was all downhill since you lost to Darkseid, Phil.
It really was. That was that when they introduced Rashid, and I never fought a Rashid before, and the Rashid I ended up fighting turned out to be DSP, and I lost so hard. I was like, no, this feels gross. I've never felt worse at a fighting game.
That hung over you for weeks. I remember it.
But you can balance it out with the fact that you did beat a certain someone at Grandpa.
I did.
Ruined his night.
Tashi's ass.
I just remember you being like at like 5:30 in the morning my time. You're like, I'll play CAG one more time. I'll see what happens. And then I look over. I'm like, hey, dude, not to stress you or anything, but you're in front of 8,500 people watching Maximilian Dude stream. Don't lose.
I'm playing a character. I had no idea what I was doing. Oh, what if I had been Lil Wayne? I probably would have had a better chance for sure. That might have been fun, but man, I did not. That's a character I immediately never touched again after I got my ass whooped.
I just love that I looked over. I'm like, hey, dude, not to stress you or anything, but there are 8,500 people watching you, and you just went, why would you tell me this?
Saboteur.
All right. Well, do we have any more information on that game, or are we
I think
looking
it's
at
just the
some other
trailer
stuff? Yeah.
Basically, there was the end announcement for the show, the hype announcement. I think my favorite thing I saw about it was someone called it Marvel minus Capcom.
Yeah, somebody posted a meme in the Discord of like,
are you sure?
Capcom sitting of Marvel. It was a cuck meme of Capcom being like, yeah, Marvel, go ahead.
Are you sure?
I'll throw it up on the video.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think Hulk will be there, Fliz? Do you think they're gonna add him?
Just made me so much more excited. If he's there, I love me my big body characters. I'm down.
It's just Broly again.
What if they turn him into a grappler?
Good.
What else is he gonna do? He's gonna shoot lasers like in Marvel Rivals. Pew.
Bubble shields.
Bubble shield.
Well, Bubble Shield and Exiles.
He starts out as Bruce Banner, and you have to get beat up a bunch, and then you turn into Hulk.
He's two character slots. He's Bruce and then Hulk. The real question is Doom gonna have his iconic foot dive?
No, he has a gun.
He's got a gun. He just pulls out the
That's the best.
The
Yeah, that's the
Mauser.
best part of the trailer. If you watch it, they're having these laser blasts and they're fighting, doing their supers. And Doctor Doom shows up, and his super is he pulls out like a World War II Mauser and just shoots the fucking.
Clink stays trapped and get clapped, bitch.
All right, what else we got?
In no particular order, some of the other interesting things I saw was we're getting a Bloodstained sequel, which is from the same guy who made a bunch of the Metroidvania Castlevanias for the GBA and DS.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like,
Symphony
what
of
is
the
that
Night. I
familiar?
think he's responsible for Symphony of the Night. So Circle of the Moon, Dawn of Sorrow, Area of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, those games. We're getting another one of those, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, you're the Metroidvania guy. I played one Castlevania game, and it was Castlevania 64, which I've heard is not the greatest. But I beat it, and it was hard as shit, and I never wanted to play another Castlevania game.
Is that the one where, like, at one point you're attacked by skeletons that come flying in on motorcycles and there's like explosions?
Yep,
Okay, yeah.
that's the one.
I played that. I played that and lost my shit at that part. I was laughing.
I was very young. It was the only game I had. It was one of those like, well, this is all I got right now. I guess I'm playing this.
But did you have fun?
Not really. Like I said, it was all I had. So it was like, I just remember the castle was like, I wanted out. And the platforming, I wanted out. I didn't want to do any of it. And even when I beat it, I was like, good. I never have to play this again. That was the best part about beating it.
At least you did get through it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know what any of the items did. I didn't know where to go. There wasn't like guides or anything. It was just a bad experience.
Another game that had me pretty hyped was the fact that Nioh 3 was announced, which
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I'm very excited for because it looks like they're taking some of the parts from Wulong and Fallen Dynasty and Rise of Ronin. They also made sure to include a jump button. So apparently Souls-like are all shifting towards the greatest invention for this genre of the jump button.
You completely forgot Neo didn't have a jump button.
Don't worry.
didn't Nioh have like the running attack kind of, like Souls where you had to do something that wasn't jumping to jump?
No, I don't remember it off the top of my head. You just kind of felt like straight down as soon as you went over any open air.
Oh, cool.
Like you just went no momentum whatsoever. But yeah, no, I'm very excited because the Neo games have a lot of depth to them. If you want to get into them, they're definitely possibly my favorite combat in a quote unquote Souls-like. Just because of like, especially what I've seen top players do, like who really master the gameplay. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you made me play it with you one time.
Yep.
Something about that game is like, it looks like something I'd love, and then I start playing it, and I just feel so rushed, and I have no idea what's going on, and there's all kinds of things happening, and I'm like, it was rough. It's rough to get into. Maybe I had the wrong mindset.
Oh yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. Because the other thing is that like Nioh 1 to 2 was like 2 is just better in every way. So I'm hoping that 3 follows a similar structure. Because their last games, Rise of Ronin and Wulong, definitely had some issues. So I'm hoping that they could recapture the lightning bottle that they had with Nioh 1 and 2. Another announcement was we're getting a Final Fantasy Tactics remake, which I know a bunch of people are excited for. I haven't personally played it.
Ivalice Chronicles, right?
Yep, something like that. Because I think
Have any of you played it?
I have not.
I have.
But
I
I
played
know-
Tactics a while ago, like a long time ago.
I did as well. It's played it on my phone, and it's like it's a really good phone game because there's the combat system is fun. I don't think I ever finished it. I think I got bored. It's very long. Battles take a long. Oh, I think I got to a battle that I was like, I can beat this if I stop doing what I'm doing, but I don't want to do that, and I just stopped playing entirely.
I got challenged, so I quit.
It's a weird thing. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually. I definitely, it was one of those times. Not worth it to me.
Not what you wanted a phone game.
Yeah, for a phone game, nah. But the reason I'm interested is because like it's not a game that I would think requires a remake. Like it's just JPEGs fighting each other and some pixel art. I guess you could update the pixel art because the art in it's pretty good for itself. The characters' portraits will pop up. That's pretty much the extent of what you're getting in the original, and they're well drawn, so there's no reason to. I haven't actually seen the trailer for the new one, so I don't know if they're changing. Are they adding in like cutscenes or something?
I couldn't tell you because I'm not familiar.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with tactics, like what it looks like. It's one of those when you look up strategy RPGs, it's always brought up as one of the greats. As I always see Final Fantasy Tactics as like this is a very good game for if you want to play a strategy RPG.
I think the change that they're doing is it's going to be voiced because I don't think the original is voiced.
That is one of them. Yes, it's going to be fully voiced.
Yeah, I'm checking out the trailer. It looks the same. It looks exactly the same. So yeah, it's got to be the voicing. But now I'm looking at it and I kind of want to play it again because it is really good. I think this is one of those games where like every character can have every job kind of thing. And then because of that, I want every character to have every job. And that's just not like
a feasible
that's
thing.
not good. It's what is it called when you like you stun lock yourself because you have too many options? Choice paralysis. Yeah, it was kind of that situation.
That's me with Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I have to master every weapon before I can continue.
You're like ready to fight the final boss and you're a third of the way through the game.
I'm strong.
You're strong, but you're never going to get anywhere. I could be stronger, though. It's literally every time you play that game. It's just but I could be stronger.
Price of my hubris.
Another announcement was I believe this was from when we learned it, but Ghost of Yote has a release date now, which was kind of all that trailer really showed off.
That's fine. That game's hype. I'm so ready for Ghost of Yote to come out. Yep. Considering their last game got them like made them ambassadors to like the island in Japan or something.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Like yeah. It's gonna be crazy, I hope.
Ghost of Tsushima is solid.
Hopefully we get to fight Hellraiser.
That's in Assassin's Creed. That's not in Ghost of Yote.
So far.
Right.
So far.
I'm gonna throw you out a window. Yeah.
No, maybe we have to fight Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons.
That'd be cooler.
Do you think Ghost of Yote will ever do a crossover event?
Dude, crossovers
does it need
like
to?
An inevitability in this time period of gaming.
I will say, yeah, watching yesterday, I was sick of seeing crossovers.
I know.
It's obnoxious. Everything. Games that aren't even out are advertising crossovers with games that aren't even out. I don't know what the point is.
Cross promotion.
So you know it's going to be there.
Even before we started watching, I said I was getting kind of tired of crossovers, and we got so many of them.
I've just become jaded and ignore crossovers at this point. They don't because I'm never going to get the stupid ones I really want. Sometimes
they're good. Like, I really liked when they made Geb into Optimus Prime in Smite. When they put the Transformers in there, because then we could make fun. We spent all our time being like Megatron. Save me. We had a lot of fun with that. help.
A new player in Smite can load into a game and there'll be so much random garbage. They can have a VTuber, Optimus Prime, a Slipknot band member.
I was going to make sure you put that one in there because my God, even as a like veteran, like I played thousands of hours of Smite. Don't do it. And there'd be times where I'd be playing. I'd be like, I don't even know what character I'm fighting right now. Like there's too many costumes that actually change like the outline of characters, so you don't know who it is. I think that's the limit. Like if it's changing the outline of the character, so I can't tell who it is anymore, the game is broken.
But it's Slipknot.
It is Slipknot.
What a stupid ass crossover.
What other yeah, they had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, right? As well.
Yep.
So you can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that on your team. What
Yep.
other crossovers have they done?
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life is in there.
Ruby. They had the Ruby
Ruby one.
crossover.
Did they have a Stranger Things, or am I hallucinating that one?
They did.
They did.
They
have-
did, yeah. Bakasura, I think, was the Demogorgon, or maybe Cthulhu.
Like,
I'm just gonna type in Smite crossovers and let's see what pops up.
It's wild that like they had all those crossovers and you bought skins, and then they just said, nah, Smite 2, you don't get to keep any of that.
Oh.
You nerds.
they had a G.I. Joe one.
Yeah, but G.I. Joe, V Shoujo,
They
Magic
had a
Together.
Red Bull crossover.
Yeah.
They had
Monster
a
Cat.
RuneScape one.
Maybe. I don't know. I stopped.
They
That
have
high res
Monster
pissed
Cat.
me off.
They had a
Yeah, Monster Cat, I remember.
Avatar.
They had an Avatar.
They had Crab Rave. I remember that.
I think. Oh yeah, Crab Rave was the Kefri one. That was the Monster Cat crossover.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rambo was in the game.
He was.
Uller?
Or was he Uller? He might have been Uller.
Yep.
Rainbow. Yeah, he was Uller. I forgot they put Mizkif in it.
No, that's my favorite because they put him in there and he didn't even play the game. He streamed it once for like 2 hours before he was over it, and the whole community was pissed off. They're like, "What a waste!"
And then he's a skin for Thanatos.
We got to stop talking about that to your game. I'm done.
Whoa.
It's like World of Warships all over again.
It really is. How'd we get here?
Crossovers.
Crossovers, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm so sick of crossovers. Let's talk about crossovers.
Well, Smites was absurd to an absurd degree. Like,
Yeah, Smite was really out there on those streets. Like, hey, big boy.
That's awful.
could you imagine
Yeah,
going back
it is
to
awful.
Could you imagine going back to someone at the start of Smite and telling them, "Hey guys, you ready to? I can't wait till the time we'll be able to play Slipknot band members."
It's weird because they're skins for like things people worship. Like these are gods that people pray to, I'd assume, right? Like maybe not the Norse ones, but like some of the Indian ones. And
And then, back in the day, they did revere the Norse gods.
Well, because like they wouldn't put Jesus in the game, right? That's not gonna
Well,
happen.
he's technically in the game. Yeah, there's Easter eggs of him. Like no official model though, but they're
He
not
just
they're-
wonderful.
sitting in the corner, not allowed to play.
I like how fitting it is that there's Easter eggs of
Jesus.
Like, happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me, indeed.
This is when I move the rock.
One of the other announcements was the fact that we got the new Digimon game release date, which is one day after Ghost of Yotei on October 3rd.
Now, are those like Pokemon lights or what is
They're
a
more-
Digimon game?
The best way to describe them is they play like Shin Megami Tensei Light is kind of how it is.
Turn based.
Is that Persona?
It's the series because Persona is originally a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was the
Shin
popular
Megami Tensei is a
Gaijin
much more traditional dungeon crawler. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember what the genre is called, but it's the ones where like you usually want to draw a map along with it, where you go like grid by grid.
I mean, as a dungeon crawler, I get it. Less romance, more dungeon.
Specifically, like the first person's perspective of like you can turn in place and keep going like along corridors, like that genre specifically. It was what it originally was.
Cool.
But it's an actual budget for a Digimon game. But
Didn't they? But
they said that they're only targeting 30 FPS on the PS5 Pro,
Damn.
which is
I mean,
What?
it's a turn-based.
How?
I know. Like if you look at the game looks like it's like okay, we actually have a budget for like a Digimon game. But there's no way these graphics should require you to nuke your performance to focus on 30 FPS on the PS5 Pro.
Bro, the Digimon better be real. Like, that's insane. Like, actually, the PS5 Pro can only do 30 FPS for this game. Is absurd.
Yep. PC.
What's the regular one gonna do? Explode?
It doesn't run.
It dies.
I mean, it's all like cell shaded graphics. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know what.
Because
Why would
I
you
think right
need
now
more than 30?
well, the PS5 Pro is, I think, the strong, like the most powerful like console on the market right now, right? I think it
Yeah.
beats the Xbox right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the fact that that can only do 30 FPS is kind of insane for a game that lacks any graphic fidelity to even consider it. Like, I don't see anything in here that warrants that. Like, if the environments were enormous, you know, that's one thing, but they don't seem to be.
The only thing that like I could even like start to approach like why that would be is like the density of NPCs in some areas. But even then,
Yeah, even then, that's kind of a lot.
I feel like you should be able to easily get 60 FPS. Like, is that too much to ask for nowadays?
I guess so.
So yeah, for me, keep it at 30. Make it locked at 30 so I can survive.
My computer can survive booting this game up at 30 FPS, but if I go to 60, we're going Chernobyl on this man.
You know how many games I have that freeze at the menus because the menu goes up to like 500 FPS and my PC's like, what the
Well, how many of those are like menus that are actually doing shader compilation in the background? Because that's
No. This is like some menus just for
Which
some
one?
reason.
Which one are you thinking
I
of?
don't have I couldn't tell you offhand, but I know that it's gotten to the point where in a game I will immediately go to the settings because there's more settings more now than ever that's like lock FPS at 60, lock also menu settings at 60. And I always look for the menu settings because my games will sit there and freeze. It's a constant issue for me.
So we're watching your we first started Night Rain, your slideshow off the cliff. That's
Yeah,
because
that
you were
got
trying to do
pretty
too many
bad.
things at once, though.
No, it's because I was in a full screen mode that's got issues even for better PCs than mine. We fixed it. Night Rain runs perfectly now.
All we had to do was switch it to borderless.
Yep. It changed my whole life.
We'll say at least it can be fixed.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Final last thing that I wanted to talk about was we got the release date for the new Silent Hill F, which is September 25th.
Ooh.
People are apparently kind of divided on the fact that it's not taking place in America, was something I saw. Like, it's not taking place in the town of Silent Hill.
I don't think I care either which
Doesn't
way,
really
but I'm
bother
not
me,
a
yeah.
huge fan of Silent Hill, so
The part that I'm really excited for is the fact that they have Ryu Kishi as the writer. That I'm very interested in see what my is going to result from that. He did the When They Cry series. He's Higurashi Uminiku.
Oh.
He also did We Read Through Iwahime together, Lionel. I don't know if you remember that visual novel that we did in 2 sittings.
Which one was it?
That was the
Was it the Bell one?
yes.
Oh, that was such a good one too. Okay,
the doll, the double, but spoilers for it, the double fake out where you think it's, oh, we're going depressing, oh, we're going happy, never mind, here's the depression.
That's actually crazy. The game actually, like, it looks really good looking at the trailer for it that they
I know.
released.
It looks cool.
Yeah. And the setting kind of reminds me of the one with the camera. What was the game with the camera?
Oh, Fatal Frame?
Fatal Frame. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Fatal Frame. I get like Fatal Frame vibes from the setting. And then you see the monsters and everything, and it looks way scarier.
Yeah, they said it's going to be more action oriented compared to previous settings, but I don't have any personal experience with the Silent Hill series, so I couldn't tell you how truthful that statement is, or like how I see it.
I am going to say controversial opinion. Silent Hill, all the love for Silent Hill is entirely built off Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
All the other ones are like
2
I can
and
see that.
3
okay at best. Two and the one with the apartment people
Room,
went back and really liked The Room. I think that's 4.
I think it's 4, yeah.
2 and 4. Okay.
But every like port, every like offshoot has been just bad. The movies are mediocre. Like I have fond memories of the first one because that and the original Resident Evil, like that was what PlayStation was to me, was like these atmospheric horror games. That's what got me gaming in the first place. So I love those, but there's a lot of iconic imagery like Pyramid Head. Everybody knows Pyramid Head, and it's weird to take something that built its image on atmospheric horror and then be like, here's action. I'm getting Chris Punching of Boulder vibes from those kinds of statements. You know?
I've said it before. Like I'm so bad at playing horror games. Like I'm terrible at it. When we played Resident Evil Village, I think it was that part in the game where they take away your weapon. And there's like a big baby trying to like
big baby
murder you. Yeah. I got stuck on there for like an hour because I was too scared to go outside of like where I was hiding.
Yes, you were.
I can't handle scary games unless they give me like a weapon. If I have a weapon to fight with, usually I'm like pretty okay. It's very rare that I'm not. But as soon as like there's no way for me to fight, I have to run. I start freaking out. I cannot take it.
To me, that was easily the best part of that game.
Yeah.
Like that was the one part where I was like, oh, this could have been, it's a great game, but like the actual horror is kind of restricted to like that. The actual scariness that the game could have had is restricted to that one part. You know, there's everything else is like, well, I got a shotgun. So it's that vibe of like, What was it? Which game was it? Where you're just running horrified through the house over and over again. No, that game bored me.
Phasmophobia? Is that what you're talking about?
What?
Are you talking about Phasmophobia?
Oh, hell no. I'm talking about the one where you get to a scene and like it, like you open a closet and like Doom music starts playing and you get a shotgun. And immediately you like aim it. Visage, yeah,
Okay.
you pick up the shotgun and it like explodes in your hands as soon as you touch it. You're like, I thought I was gonna play a game here. I still gotta hide from that woman peeking around the corners at me.
And then your character just throws the gun on the ground all pissed off.
That was great because it really, you know, having a gun kills the tension. You know, it's why Outlast, if you can get past that, I struggled to get past the first little bit, but once I actually played the whole first Outlast, like that's a fantastic, like tense game.
Yeah,
I have as a camera.
So Silent Hill F, like watching it, the first part of the trailer looked really good, but then you get like a pipe and you start beating the things up, and I was like, oh.
That's class. I mean, that's even in Silent Hill 1. That's my main memory is hitting dead babies with a pipe. Like that's what that game was.
I'm curious what the fighting, like how you actually fight the enemies are going to go, because you can still have the combat, but if it goes too hard, where it's just you're just killing the monsters all the time, and it becomes less of like an actual horror game and more of an action
horror themed action, which I'd still like, but it's, you know, I prefer.
It's just preference, so it just depends on like what you want.
I'm just very excited to see the writing for it because I love his work.
Yeah, now that you said that, I'm very curious because like when they cry is fucking insane.
But anyway,
so you're making me want like a Junji Ito game. That would be fucking
That'd be cool.
Fire.
I think there was one, wasn't there? Or no, they made one inspired by Junji Ito, I think.
They animated a series of his. I know that, but.
Animating is a strong term for what ended up happening to that.
I didn't actually see it. Oh, I think what you're thinking of, Lionel, is World of Horror, which is inspired by Junji Ito.
Yeah,
that game is fantastic.
Is really good. Yeah, if you want a Junji Ito game, that is your go-to. World of Horror is very, very good.
Okay. That was your state of play, because there is one other game that I saw through that I'll never be able to play because of my PC, but I really want to play this like Romeo is a Dead Man.
Yes.
Did you guys see the thing for that? That
I'm
looks
hyped
savage.
for that.
That looks baller.
It's by Grasshopper, the same guys that did No More Heroes and stuff.
It looks like every frame I click on is just an eruption of blood.
Did you see the trailer? I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
But like that was when I saw it, I was like, God damn, that looks awesome.
Lots of particle effects that would just my PC would not work. But if I ever get an upgrade, I really want to play this. This looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a pseudo game, right?
Yeah, it's a Suda game, Grasshopper manufacturers. So Suda 51 is another crazy creator who I love.
I will always remember Suda's rant on Final Fantasy that he put in No More Heroes 3, like during the second, like number, like rank 2 or 3. I forget which number it is. Where he just goes on a tangent on Final Fantasy, like through Travis, and it's such a weird scene.
Suda does what he wants.
All right, so I guess moving on to, I know I said I wasn't going to do the thing where I'm just like, that game looks cool, and then I just did it, but
I mean, it looks like a super cool action game that's in the same vein as like No More Heroes and stuff. It's like more Suda 51 style crazy nonsense.
It's like it's up its own ass with like hyper violent gore. Like that's all it wants to be.
I love the song in the trailer too. Just I don't know what about it. I like the song though that they chose. Just I'm a dead man over and over again.
I was looking for a release date, and I'm finding that a lot of games don't want to put out release dates right now.
You know why?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, because of that game, the one game to rule them all.
A game that I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna like play it right away.
No, but
but
it's gonna hit a huge audience never seen before.
It's of course, yeah.
1 quadrillion players.
GTA 6, by the way, if you didn't know. that's the game. Which I think I've played every GTA almost all the way. I didn't finish 5, but every other one, even I don't even know if you can finish 1 and 2. But the other ones I've played, I had kind of dropped. Like they're good. I think I'm done to some degree, you know. That last one where I had you doing yoga, I was like bored out of my mind.
5.
Yeah, there's really good parts in it, but there is a lot of stuff where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Some of the most fun I had in that was whenever you got to like do the Trevor stuff. Because he's
where you actually like do stupid game shit.
Because he's a psychopath.
Where you're not spending your time trying to go to therapy get to therapy on time.
Go to therapy or just like doing like thug stuff with Franklin.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's the other thing called?
Summer
Games Fest. I don't like that title, but here we go.
Honestly, overall, wasn't my favorite. My favorite Summer Games Fest. It was very boring for most of the middle. Like nothing really stood out. Just because, like, I saw someone comment on it. Because they got Because Kojima came on, like, the third thing that showed up was him showing off some Death Stranding 2. A very weird Death Stranding 2 scene where he's like, we want to show you the scene. And it's like some random, like, scene from somewhere in the game, but, like, you're missing all the context for it. And after it, they're like, we would like to explain what this scene means, but that would be spoilers. So we're not going to. And it's just like, then why did you show it? Like, what?
Well, especially if you've never played 1, even I played a little bit of 1, and if you watch the trailer for 2, you like, this is somebody's fever dream. Like, there's nothing here that makes any sort of sense. It looks like a horror game that turns into Revengeance at points, that turns into like a Final Fantasy. It's like, and then to show people like, here's an it's all out of context. Nothing makes sense here. I think I got as far as your mom dying as the president and you carrying a baby through the oil fields in the last one before I was like, I can't anymore. This is I want to see what's happening, but like, if only the gameplay was a gameplay. I'm glad to hear you say that, because I was like, when we were watching it, I was on my best behavior, trying not to like.
Was that your best behavior?
Oh,
Yeah.
you can call that.
Yeah. I was being pretty good. Because like my main.
Everyone was roasting every game that came on, giving it shit no matter what. But like,
yeah, no. I could have given more. I was ready, and then there was stuff that I just stayed silent because I didn't want to say anything because I was like, a lot of it just seemed like another thing that we've already seen before. That was the main vibe I was getting of like, here's another top-down roguelike. You know, it just seemed kind of bland. So
What about our
that
crossover?
was my main feeling.
We got a crossover.
And the crossovers. Yeah.
the only part that kept getting me was like, what was this called, or what is this called? When they had said the name like twice, but you guys were too busy riffing on it to pay attention to what its title was, or them explaining something that was just explained.
I never asked a single question. I was there the whole time. That was
That's right.
somebody else.
Sure,
I was not worried about the names. I wasn't. I wasn't worried about the names because they all kind of looked the same to me, except for the few serious standouts that I'm interested. Anyway, get into it. What's worth talking about there?
I will say the first trailer they showed off for Mortal Shell 2, I'm much more interested in that game, especially considering the first one was kind of a whatever game to me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Mortal Shell 2 looks much more unique compared to the first game. Like, it stands out more. Even though originally I was like, is this a Remnant game? Apparently their idea was like, how do we spice up our Souls game? Oh, I know. Let's add guns. Like, you just get shotguns and other things.
Hell yeah.
But the monster design looks like pretty standout. The other thing that stood out is the fact that they didn't use like traditional trailer music. They just had metal music playing the entire trailer. Like, they apparently used some Behemoth song.
What was it Night Rain that did the save me?
The fact that Night Rain used Evanscape in a music video right before the game came out as the basically launch trailer is still the funniest thing to me. People were losing their mind because there's no way they used Wake Me Up for the trailer, and sure enough, they
can't wake up.
My favorite thing was someone I saw for that was like, time is so convoluted, From Software still thinks it's 2006.
Mortal Shell looks awesome though, because what I really like about it, compared to like Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, the setting and theme reminds me of that, but the way the combat goes, where you're just like, you're actually like hurting them, it feels like you're grabbing them, throwing them around, or like you'll swing a weapon and just launch it into their neck and just throw them onto the ground. It looks really cool. It looks really fun to play.
It looks like a playable metal album. Again, like super heavy metal album like covers.
It's very visceral. I'm kind of excited for it.
Mortal Shell's the one where like, I'll explain it. That's the one where like you would actually like go from shell to shell, right?
In theory, yes.
Like
there's the one where you could parry by hardening, by basically turning your stone.
That's what I was thinking of. You had to I think you had to acquire a new shell if you use it too much, or whatever.
It looks cool. I'm excited.
Looking at it, it does look pretty dang. That aesthetic is very metal.
And it wasn't the only Souls-like that's getting a sequel for that, because they also announced that Code Vein is getting a sequel during the summer game. So it looks kind of as jank as the first, but it looks like it flows a little bit better because Code Vein was a very stiff game.
Yeah, I bought it on sale a long time ago, and I think you went, why do you have Code Vein? And I said, I don't know. And he said, I don't think you'll like it. And I never turned it on. So it's just sat there untouched, pristine in my library for years now.
I think it's because that game goes on sale all the time for like 90% off. That's probably why you bought it.
Yeah, it was like $1 or definitely under $5.
From what I remember of that game, the aesthetic I thought was kind of neat at the time when it came out. So I got it and I played a little bit of it. I didn't end up really liking it too much. I don't really remember why. It sucks. I'm trying to think back.
It's incredibly stiff. Also, the level design is awful.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
I don't know if you made it to the cathedral area, the floating sky platforms, like all white marble platforms.
I didn't. I don't remember.
That is one of the worst areas in a video game I've ever run through. It's so bad.
We were laughing at a lot of stuff, but there was some really good stuff in here. Well, we'll get to it.
Was one of them Wu-Tang?
No.
Oh, that for a quick second. I saw that and I was like, is that real? Making a Wu-Tang game?
Yeah, I thought it was another I was actually really hype at first because I thought it was like another Def Jam.
Oh, dude,
but
that would
it
have been so much
wasn't.
better.
Yeah, I know. I was really excited for about 5 seconds.
Oh. Unfortunately, your hopes were dashed entirely.
I mean, I'll say that Wu-Tang game, the visuals didn't look cool. It's just the fact that it's a Wu-Tang game, like, that is different.
Oh yeah, it looks fine. It's just not Def Jam, and I
Yeah.
was really heartbroken. Like I was genuinely sad for a
I
couple
want
minutes.
another fight for NY, dude. Like,
Yeah, not the third one. That one can stay in the
Oh,
trash. But
Icon?
the second one, make another fight for NY, and we're golden.
fight for Mo is
Put comp on
beautiful. Stop with comp.
No. Sorry, Jake.
It's just getting really hot this room.
Oh, well then let's go.
On to our next game, which was another sequel, and I guess spin-off also announced at the same time, of sorts. But Atomic Heart 2. They announced Atomic Heart 2, and they also announced their like Battle Royale spin-off, The Cube.
Oh, is that what that is?
Mm.
It's something like that. Like it was kind of from what I gathered, it was like some Battle Royale where the entire thing
Okay.
is like a cube broken up into sections that rotate around.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, no, Atomic Heart 2, which weirdly enough, that was described as a spiritual successor to Atomic Heart,
But called Atomic Heart 2.
because apparently, I guess it's not the same universe as 1, where it or something like that.
Weird.
It's not a direct sequel, but apparently one of the other things is like they just removed a bunch of references to the Soviet Union in it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because the first one, it got into like controversy, if I remember, because it had some like pro-Russian propaganda going on and like ties to the Russian. Like it was
There's a
like
yeah,
people thought it was a propaganda
it was like
game.
it was like bankrolling the occupation of Crimea or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's right. Which sucks because Munfish was the developer or the developer, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
And I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Munfish lately, but they have a controversial history, let's say.
But,
Did you guys play the first one?
I played bits of it. I just remember
briefly.
that. I remember that I got through the first section. The first section was turned me off to the game, and I went, okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna close the game, and then the game crashed and took my PC out.
Yeah, I'm close. Oh, look, did it for me. We're good.
I got as
Like,
far
it just froze my computer. I had to reboot.
I got as far as like the vendor upgrade robot that molests you.
I've never played.
Okay, that is like an exaggerate. Okay, so the robot comes on to you, then it and like grabs you with wires and stuff. It flirts with you. I don't know if you really call it molesting, but it was funny.
You just- We're just gonna go on to the next thing. Okay, so
I just want to say I've never played, but it does have one of my favorite songs, "Cookie Crumbler" by Geoff plays guitar.
the
That song is
like covers
baller.
of the like Russian songs that he did.
Yeah,
They're
that
so
song,
good.
It's so good.
I think Mick also did a few songs on that soundtrack as well.
I
Mr. Gordon.
believe he did.
Yeah, Mick Gordon.
Yeah, but that is a game like I've never played, but I definitely have a few of the tracks on my playlist.
They had Queen playing during the trailer, if I'm remembering correctly, which I don't know, because to me, the like iconic like Russian songs that are, well, I can't tell if they're iconic because I don't know the Russian music industry, but those songs definitely helped they build an identity to me when I was watching those trailers. Is those songs were very good, very catchy.
Yeah, just use Corin Binky from Tetris. It'd be great.
Moving on to our next game. There was the Muppet boxing game that they announced. Felt that boxing.
Yeah, that's where I showed up and had no interest.
I saw like a screenshot and a small descriptor of that. What is that exactly?
It's basically like Muppet Punch Out was the vibe I got from it. But also like it's definitely a very unique art style and take on to do a Punch Out game. but it definitely stood out from the rest of the games, which got very samey in this presentation. Like I just remember it for its visuals.
Yeah, that's one that I showed up at, and you guys said you missed the Muppet punching one, and I actually hate Muppets. So
He
I'm
does
glad.
with a passion.
Why don't you like Muppets?
Because
They're
they're so
Muppets.
popular and they're not funny. I hate them. I've never laughed at the Muppets.
Damn.
Well, you just did.
Oh,
I guess I've laughed at the Muppet. No, I don't. They're not. There's nothing funny about the Muppets. I don't like them. They have so many movies. They're boring and stupid.
But you're forced to watch more of them. You can't.
They're just on. They've just come on throughout my life. And no, I don't let my kids watch them either.
Then why do you
No
keep
Muppets.
finding them? Like they just like turn on at midnight,
Look,
the midnight channel,
look,
they're
fucking
following it.
Muppet horror story.
they're chasing
No.
him.
You can't wake up. Can't wake up.
No, it's not horror. It's just I remember being young and I'd have like shows that I liked. And, being young, whatever came on the TV, like I didn't have Netflix, that didn't exist. So like I'd be watching something good and it'd be like, now the Muppet movie. And I'm like, man, that shit is so boring. I don't want to watch this. It would always be the show that came up like after the show I liked. And it made me, and I just turn off the TV. Something about it. I'm no thank you. Could not be more bored. It was like when Nick at Night would come on. Same kind of vibe. Sorry.
I just didn't know you had such a deep hatred of the Muppets.
I do.
What do you
The
hate more, the
Babies?
Muppets or the
Ugh.
Black Eyed Peas?
Oh, Black Eyed Peas, 100%.
Now,
No question.
What if they combined them and made like Black Eyed Pea Muppets?
I'm sure they have. They're both whores for crossovers.
Crossover horror is now a new derogatory term.
They kind of like this dude, man. Some
New-
Smite,
New word for
movie.
sellout.
Yeah, they're just sellouts. And I get the appeal. Like you like seeing your favorite thing and the thing you also like, but when it's not special anymore.
I'm still mad we never got a Halo and Doom crossover. Now that Xbox owns both.
Maybe someday. Don't worry. They'll get low on ideas. It'll happen.
Yeah, but it'll
Once
happen in
people care about
Fortnite.
Halo again. It probably already has.
The Doomslayer's in Fortnite. I know that.
Oh, I know Halo's in Fortnite too, so it's happened. Yeah, you missed. It was just somewhere you didn't want it to be. That's
Hey
all.
man, swearing Darth Vader is in Fortnite.
Everything's in Fortnite.
I just
I
love
do my
that-
taxes in Fortnite.
You probably could in like 2 years with the rate Fortnite's going. Our next thing was the shadow drop of the Lies of P DLC, where they just went, okay, the DLC is out today.
Oh, it's out.
Yeah.
I was wondering why we even were, because we talked about that a while ago.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were
Could-
dropping it to.
Yeah, because we
yesterday.
didn't have a release date. So then when they showed it off and they're just like, it's available today. Well, you can play it today. Well, not today anymore. Well, still today, but came out a few days by this point. The next thing was we got more information about Dying Light: The Beast, which I don't know if any of you cared,
I like Dying Light.
but because I have played a little bit of the first one. I haven't played any of the other ones.
I played through the first one, played through the second one, and I played through I played through a lot of the games by those devs specifically. Dead Island, Dying Light.
I think I like the Dying Light more than the Dead Island just for the movement.
Parkour's fun.
The parkour in those games I always thought was super cool.
It
I
never
finished
got
the first
but,
one. I never finished, or I never played the second one. I
Me neither. I
Like
played
really
the
mixed
first one as
things
well.
about the second
Dying
one.
Light 2,
same.
they really amped up the parkour.
the thing with the first one. I remember. I don't know if it was just the game just kind of ended all of a sudden.
It did. So I beat the first one and then I kept going. I didn't even realize I owned the DLC and I got kind of bored in the DLC, but I thought I just hadn't beat the game. Like I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I got into the DLC without realizing I'd even beaten the first original game. So yeah, that makes sense.
Now, is this supposed to be like a DLC? Is this a separate game? What is this?
It's a separate game. I'm assuming. I don't know if it classifies as a spin-off, but it's definitely supposed to be like a full experience, like standalone experience.
Because I think You play as Kyle Cranigan, so you're not the main character from 2. You're back as the guy from 1.
Okay.
For whatever reason he's there.
Well, cool. Yeah. It seems interesting. And they put a lot of focus from the trailer, like traveling at nighttime too, if I remember correctly.
Dude, fuck well,
and dude, doing that in those games is the scariest thing. Like I can't take it. Those things are so fast. They're so strong.
You are super incentivized to not be out at nighttime, or you're gonna get your shit pushed in.
Well, so here's the thing. They both incentivize you to and decentivize you to. It's because you earn more rewards for being out at night and doing stuff, but you also just risk straight up dying. Like,
it's scary.
Dude, volatiles are terrifying. And then apparently there's like another type now, because I remember watching one of the trailers. They're like chimeras or something.
There's some experiments going on them more variants is what it looks like the game is trying to accomplish. I don't know if I'm gonna
pretty good.
Hopefully it's good. I don't know if I'll play it myself.
That comes out August too. That's not that far away.
What was the last zombie game you were hyped for? Well, let me ask that again after we're done with this. Let's continue.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Let's keep going because we got a lot of Wuthering Waves lookalikes to go through. There are so many games that look like
Genshin.
What's that game?
Genshin or Wuthering Waves.
There are so many
stuff,
Genshin lookalikes. Yeah. 7 Deadly Sins, and yeah, there was quite a few where I was like, it's Genshin again. But aside from that, there was actually I was kind of rewatching some of it, just speeding through. There's a lot of like wildly different art styles going on here for some of these games.
Yep.
The one that's all stop motion, some It Takes Two type thing, but all stop motion animated.
Out of Words.
Yeah. Which I don't think I'll play it, but it looks neat. I'm glad to see more cool stuff like that. And then there's like another one that looks like Into the Spider-Verse that looks I don't even know if it's really a game. It's just kind of, do you remember the 90s? Well, here's some skateboarding and some blockbusters.
I wasn't feeling too good even just watching the gameplay for that. Like something about it.
No.
Stutteriness. I was not agreeing with it. I have motion sickness or something.
I forget who said it, but it reminded, I think it's called Mixtape, but it reminded them of, what's that game about emotions? The game.
What?
I was just like, because I remember seeing streamers cry all the time playing it.
The Walking Dead. No, I don't know.
No. Oh my God. Something about photographs and like a love story. It looks like that. I cannot I'm losing my mind.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Oh my God.
Thank
I was
you.
just guessing.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. I don't even know if that's what that game's about. I just know that that's what my mind connects it to. But it has that same kind of look to it, but a little different.
I forgot about Mixtape completely. I'm gonna be real. I think
yeah, that's kind of why I brought it up. I figured you would have. I just wanted to get on some of the ones that had like very specific
art
visual
direction
styles that were kind of interesting. Because aside from those, there's a lot of games. Like there's a lot of Souls looking games, and there's a lot of like the anime look.
I mean,
Wuthering Waves type stuff.
I mean, Wuthering Waves is already out. It's been out for a while. It's just one of the.
I know.
Yeah.
These are just updates for. I think they mentioned that one, and maybe Genshin was also mentioned.
Genshin was in the trailer at some point during that montage.
I don't remember Rise. Oh, the Wu-Tang game has also a cool look to it, even though it's not Def Jam, but it again has like the Into the Spider-Verse missing frames, I guess.
I was gonna say,
you know what I'm
looks
talking
like they
about?
animated it more choppily.
Like animated.
It's choppy.
It's
on
like running at
purpose.
60 FPS, but it's animated at like 24.
Something like that, and it lends to a impactful look. That's just a beat 'em up that looks kind of fun. I don't know if I see a lot of like $80 games here though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wildgate.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. And then the last one that I saw that had like the art style that I'm still not sure if I'm on board with was is it Into the Unwell?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
like
a-
cartoony. I think you described it as Cuphead, but they were lazy about it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it looks like it's animated, but it's jiggly. Everything looks like it's made out of jelly, but also animated. I don't think I like that look.
Like, kind
It
of like
was
kind of like the
interesting.
animators for old school Mickey Mouse were drunk.
Kind of. Well, it looks like if you told AI to animate Cuphead. You know, it's some sort of like adventure game that it looks like it has a lot of interesting things going on, but I'm not a
Apparently
big
it's
fan
a
of this art style.
Roguelite?
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's a roguelike.
Oh, that means you got to play it, Jacob.
Yeah,
True.
is that what
You're
that means?
legally obligated. You must.
I'm a
play it.
roguelike guy, I guess.
You're the roguelike Metroidvania visual novel guy, and probably tanks.
Oh boy, we could talk about tanks.
Someday
We don't
we'll
have
just have
time.
like a crab bag where we just talk about tanks, not even video games. I just want you to tell me everything you know about tanks. All right, moving on to
Wildgate.
what you got next.
Yeah,
Wildgate,
Wildgate.
yes.
Open beta in 2 days, the 9th per week, and then I think the full game is releasing the month after, they said.
Next
think-
month, right?
Yep, July, and then the open beta in a few days in June for a week. So we get to play Wildgate again. This is like the 3rd month in a row they're going to have a beta.
Dude, I have been missing that game. Like
It's fun.
we did an episode on it. It didn't get a lot of views because I don't think Wildgate is as well known as it should be.
Yes, it's a shame, dude. The game is cool.
If you got 3 friends and you want to have like a really good time, pop on Wildgate. I initially, I think even in the review, I was kind of down on it. I was like, this is Sea of Thieves in space, which it kind of is. But the more I played it, the more I had to find a play style that really I was interested in. And once I did, I was so on board to keep, like, I'd turn the podcast off and play it right now. if it was an option, I kind of feel like I would.
Damn.
I remember the trailer we
It's
watched
just so
blew my
fun.
mind because there was a mechanic that I didn't even know that it existed when we did the beta the first time, which is those
Yeah,
little
right?
booster rockets that you can put them on people too. I didn't know you
Oh.
could do that.
You just boost them off your ship.
Yeah,
you
you
can.
just shoot them in the back and they go off.
Yeah, I didn't
Get
even
outta
realize
here.
you just put them on people. It's awesome. I'm excited.
Boosting.
I'm very excited. I'm not worried. I'm curious how much is going to cost for the game. Because the last time we did the beta, there weren't any
There's no price yet, yeah.
microtransactions or pricing or anything. So I don't know if this is going to be like you just buy the game, you play it, or it's free and there's microtransactions and there's a battle pass. I don't know.
$30.
Oh, is it $30?
$30.
But did they finally put a price
I'm
to it?
down. I'm down.
Yeah, 30 bucks is fine.
is that's a good
Oh, yeah.
price. Oh,
Yeah,
That's
That's July-
the magic range.
July 22nd.
Oh, I'm excited. But that's the magic range, like $30 to $40 lately. Those are the games.
I think
That's where the
like
good
5
games
to
are.
30 for most games. After 30, it kind of starts getting iffy.
You get to get into slop. Over 40 with microtransactions, go to jail.
Isn't that crazy how that works? Like the $30 games will be like really good, no microtransactions. And the more expensive they get, the more microtransactions are in the game.
Yeah, it's like a bell curve.
Maybe at that
At
point,
zero, you
'cause-
got all
It
microtransactions.
starts at 0 at free to play. It's very high, and it also ends very high. But in the middle, it's
Yeah.
lower.
He exploded.
I was just gonna say real quick. Maybe they figure if you're already spending like $80 on a game, you'll spend more on microtransactions. I
I
don't
know
know.
you got more in that bank account, boy. And
I
then
mean,
you bought
it
it.
is. Counterpoint. Any Paradox game is around $30 to $40, maybe 50.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Who's ready to pay $400 for DLC?
Dude, Paradox is insane with that shit.
So
They are.
macro transactions at that point.
That's because their whole thing is they have their subscription based thing that they do,
Now,
which is much
Oh,
more
that's
reasonable.
the city. That's the City Skylines games.
well, they are also responsible
yeah.
for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I was
they do
thinking more there.
Polaris,
like-
Crusader Kings, all those. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
each game is like $500 for it and all the DLC with no sales.
Honestly, the worst part about it too is a lot of the DLC is really bad. That's the worst part. A lot of it is not good. There's like gems in a lot of those games that are actually like really cool, but most of them are either like okay, and some of them are just straight trash.
The problem with them is that like most DLC is like half bad, half like essential.
Yeah.
Like like DLC has 5 major features, 3 are garbage, 2 are super important. Like the game, there's sometimes the game just breaks if you don't have certain DLC. Like, or because they always split their like when they update DLC into free parts that come with the update and then the actual stuff you pay for as well. And sometimes like with stuff excluded that you had to pay for, breaks some things in the free that they've had to fix before.
It's annoying. That's why I never buy them.
At least for those games, if one person owns the DLC, they can host the lobby for everyone with everything.
That's pretty
true.
neat.
The very silver lining there.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Wildgate. I hope it does well, honestly, because it definitely deserves it.
I like playing as the engineer.
Moving on to our next thing. What? What'd you say?
It sounded like you just threw up in your mouth over what Tsun said. You just...
No. It's super hot.
Engineer.
I'm sweating.
Okay. We'll try because there's a couple big things left. We'll try to get through 'em.
One of the big ones that definitely caught our attention was Ill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want that
It
game.
looks really interesting.
I'm almost more excited for that than the other thing.
The only
I'm more
thing
excited
is like,
for that than Atomic Heart 2 and whatever else they're doing, which is ironic because the devs for Ill are, I believe they are the people that are participating in Mundfish's new publishing program, right? Yeah, so Mundfish is basically helping them publish Ill by providing like, helping them publish in the first place, but also helping with technology, kind of mentoring, tutoring, and just kind of helping them in general and just being a little bit more than just a publisher, really. And the game looks fantastic. Oh my God. I honestly would not be surprised if the trailer is actually fake and it's all just like a cinematic.
Have you seen the discussion around this, Cam?
Yeah.
Because it definitely looks like all of it could be pre-rendered.
Yeah,
Like,
it looks too good to be true.
Did people think that was real gameplay?
I mean, I'm assuming some people did, but like a lot of people are saying like it's all pre-rendered gameplay, like quote unquote gameplay, like nothing's in engine.
That's kind of what I figured. I was just hype about the design of everything. Like I knew this was not like this does not look like gameplay at all.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm like definitely want to see the game come out first. It looks really cool, but that's about it because I don't know what the final product's going to look like if this is all pre-rendered.
Looks like a really well done body horror.
Yeah, it looks like if you had there's a lot of little horror games on Steam that you can play that look like this is those, but with a budget.
Yeah.
Which is why I figured it was it wasn't gameplay, you know. The designs of stuff is crazy. Like you guys were feeling kind of queasy in the call while we were watching some of it.
Dude, at the end of that trailer, like it shows the little ones, and I was like, "Oh God, no, they're small."
I was 100% like I saw the next 5 seconds that were gonna play out in the Discord and in the video, and I was like, I know what's about to happen, and I was just waiting for the baby kicking, and you were going to die laughing, and I was right on both accounts.
Yeah, that looks I can't even be hyped for anything.
There are snippets of it that look like from real game, that they are real gameplay, but I can't tell. Some of it obviously is not, just because like the reactions to the damage they're taking is too
specific.
Yeah, it's too specific. But I think like near the middle of the trailer, I think it's like right after the dude like gets a weapon or something. It looks like it's actually from the game. But I don't know because it doesn't say anywhere on the trailer that's all like in game. So you could have a oh God, what's that one BioWare game, Anthem situation, where his whole trailer is just completely fake. This game doesn't actually exist yet, and they're just still trying to make it. So who knows? But if it is, it could be really cool. It looks really well done. I have no idea what any story elements are though. Did you guys catch anything?
I don't care.
What'd you say?
When that armored guy walks out
It
and just like blows that other thing up and keeps walking. I was like, I'm on board.
The players starts turning around real fast. It's like, oh, that guy's not nice. Even though he's killing the monsters, that guy's a threat.
Oh, I'm just watching the trailer over and over again. It looks so cool. I'm hyped.
I don't think any of it's actual gameplay yet.
I don't either, because when it comes out that it's not, I'm going to be like, why'd you put the reticles in there then? Why'd you do that? why are you trying to play it off?
Because like one of the things that like makes me think it's not gameplay is like the shotgun sequences is like the time like the first shot he doesn't pump after and the second time he does, so it doesn't look like it's using the same animations. Like it would normally use the same animations in a sequence like that. If like you just
that's a good point.
Like it's not consistent, which is the big thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see when it comes out. I mean, it could still end up being comparable to this.
But I would definitely want to see the game first. Because I mean, they didn't even have a release year for this one, right?
Not that I saw.
Like no release date.
No, there's no release date.
They don't have anything resembling like box art or anything.
That I don't know. I doubt it. If it's this seems to be this early on. What's the team that's making it? It was like Team
Cloud.
Team Cloud.
Yeah. Apparently their team has worked on a bunch of horror stuff.
Have they?
Yeah. The Steam page mentions some of the stuff they worked on. Where can be seen in various movies like Long Legs, Until Dawn, VHS Beyond.
The Long Legs.
Yeah. I never saw Long Legs.
I brought my long legs today. You guys never saw that?
No,
with Nick Cage?
I never got to see Long Legs. No.
I don't know if you'd like it, but I
like the Cage.
Yeah, it's not like it's slow.
Not a fun one,
but it's funny. It's yeah.
Oh, what's interesting? There's a Patreon for this dev team.
I was just looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna look through some of their posts, see if there's anything like from the game that I can see to hopefully prove some of this is real and rendered out. But I'm finding like
we'll find
the opposite.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
I'm sure.
But we should probably skedaddle on to the next big. Is this our final big guy?
I think it's the last big thing we need to talk about.
Yeah.
And that is Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which
everyone not a lot to talk about.
It's a CGI trailer.
Yeah.
Although they did show that apparently Raccoon City is going to play some part of it post nuke.
Everybody wasn't sure what game it was, and then you see like the crater in the ground. You're like, yeah.
Because
what would be the purpose of returning?
We'll have to play the game to find out.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, they showed like the police station and stuff. Like it looks like you'll go back there for some reason.
Is the lab's underneath the police station, right?
Yep. Okay. Well,
or is it underneath the sewer?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because in the chief's office, there's on the original Resident Evil 2, you go through the back of the chief's office, I think, to go down to the lab. So I think it's under there. I could be wrong though.
Wasn't there
everything's connected according to some of the movies?
Yeah, like, didn't it connect to the orphanage or something?
In the movie we watched, or maybe the remake, the orphanage, which I don't even know if is in the original, connects to through like everything's connected through underground tunnels to the lab. So
sometimes the subway passes through too.
Yeah, there's buskers down there having a real bad time.
Yeah, no, I saw a lot of people figured it out once Ashcroft got mentioned. And then, of course, we absolutely knew once we saw the RPD broken sign, the Raccoon Police Department.
Yeah, so the thing in the descriptor here says it's been described as a shift in the series. Like, in what way, I wonder?
It's stated that this will, like, I kept hearing more action oriented, which I wasn't super hyped for.
Cinematic high stakes action. There was a continuation down here. Sorry, spelled that fucking ass.
We're just getting
so quick.
We're going back to Resident Evil 6.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that was one of the bad ones.
Kicking zombies.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't one of the bad one. It's the worst one.
Is it? See, I don't know which one people consider to be the worst because I've heard people hate 5 too. I beat 5.
Terrible.
No, I think from what I've heard, people actually really like 5.
Alright,
I
cool.
personally hate 5 because that's the first time it went like way too far in the action sphere for me.
I played all the way. Like I completed 5. I didn't complete
Yeah.
6, but I own it, so I can always go back and try. But
The thing with 5 that I remember is that friendships will be broken based on those mirror puzzles. Those were a nightmare if the other person you're playing with does not know what they're doing.
I think I
No,
remember
don't
killing
rotate it.
Whisker.
Don't rotate it. And dead.
I think I remember beating the final boss with flash grenades, like from the grenade launcher, because I ran out of bullets for everything else.
For Resident Evil 6, I don't think it's really that terrible of a game. It's just it stopped becoming a Resident Evil game from what I understand.
Yeah, it's not exactly Resident Evil anymore.
It's just kind of like very silly and kind of crazy.
Hold on. Wait, no. Hold on. Resident Evil 6 may be bad, but it's not worse than Operation
No, it's
Raccoon
not
City.
Operation Raccoon City.
I was
Which
like,
one was
my
that
bad.
That one is like you're playing as the
team-
special ops kind of guys.
The team that Hunk's a part of, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a bland cover shooter. It's nothing.
Oh,
it
that
was
one.
the first game it's the first game I ever went back to the store and returned.
This
Actually,
shit is
I've
garbage.
never seen this.
Okay. It's garbage.
Yeah, okay, I know when you're talking about. Yeah, that's weird.
You have it's like squad based. You have your AI teammates and stuff. I played for like 2 hours and was not interested in ever touching it again.
It's crazy.
And then there was what?
Um,
Resident Evil Survive? Whatever the like multiplayer component of 3's remake was?
yeah, but that came with 3, so whatever.
I mean, it's a standalone thing, right?
That I don't know. Anyway, did you see anything in the trailer? I'm reading here that apparently this Grace Ashcroft will be your main character along with Leon.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
That's like supposedly the leak because the Leon's going to be the main character. Plus, with our new like side protagonist, I think Leon is supposed to be the main character, was what I was reading. But also, like, none of this information is verified.
You'd think if he was the main character, they would have dropped like a little like
And
name's Leon, like at the end, something stupid, just because the games have been.
Well, to be fair, like
You
everything it shows off kind of feels like it could be in the same sequence of like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like the intro.
Yeah, which makes me think that like you could get this prologue introduction section, then it switch over to Leon. Because I also read that Raccoon City isn't going to be like where the majority of it takes place.
Okay.
Which could be that like they're saving the main location plus Leon for like first gameplay trailer. But also they got you twice throughout the event too. The double fake
yeah.
the announcing the sales and then announcing the Resident Evil 9 is being worked on, but we'll show it at a later date and a later time, and that later time was like 20 minutes later. They literally
Yeah, I mean, I wish that. Go for it.
they just had to pad the runtime of the event. Like,
I mean, it's kind of a funny joke. I wish the trailer. I mean, I guess it's just trailers, but there's like not even a lot to say about it. Like, it's coming, but we knew that's inevitable. The Resident Evil games and movies, regardless of how bad they are, make money, and I love them. Not the movies, but the games. Like, so.
what, you don't like 6 jump cuts per second? The Resident Evil series?
you don't like Mila
I think
Djokovic?
I think that last movie is worse than any game. That any Resident Evil game I've ever played.
That
beats out
That
movie.
basement sequence is genuinely one of the roughest things to watch I've ever seen. I like it physically hurts to watch. I walk away with a headache.
That was a physically difficult watch. Like, the camera work is insanely bad.
What camera work?
I've never, no, there was so much. I couldn't believe what the post-processing for that somebody was drunk. Somebody wanted to go home early or something. Like they just said, cut it here, just random cuts, slap it all together and call it good. How many cuts are there? Too many? Perfect.
That'll do.
You guys didn't watch that, but we did, and it was. I wouldn't go back and watch it with you.
That's one of the
Glad I
ones that
didn't,
has what's her
apparently.
face in it, right? Is that one of the ones with Mila, whatever name?
Yeah, it's the last one of that series.
No, I don't really care then.
Yeah, it's not good. Anything else about Resident Evil coming out worth talking about? Because there wasn't.
It's
Much
just
else.
the
Not much.
announcement. It's that it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited because everything they've like the 7, 8, 2, 3, all the remakes was 4 completely remade. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I played that. Like they've all been like the last 5 they put out have been killer.
I
3
love
was
Village.
probably the weakest. 3 was probably the weakest just because it was so short. But even then, like I still enjoyed all of those.
The only thing I'm afraid of is we're gonna get the first gameplay trailer and for 2 words. Gonna be absolutely heartbreaking. Open world, and
World
and then
Resident Evil.
and then their engine goes right down the.
Oh.
Like
No. It's great.
I don't know about Capcom's recent releases performance, like Dragon's Dogma 2, Monster Hunter Wilds. Like, please stop trying to make open world work on your engine. It doesn't at all.
It just doesn't, man.
No,
Which
you
is
say that,
really-
but what if they did it and then it was fine? They'd show you.
I guess so.
Yes, if they
Because they haven't shown it so far.
if third time's the charm, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, this is what the engine was designed for, right? A RE engine?
I sure hope so.
The Re doesn't stand for Resident Evil at this point.
I was trying to come up
Don't
with
do
something
it.
good.
Don't do
But
it.
it wasn't working. It was just bad stuff.
Don't do it. We're getting in trouble.
Well, I guess, there's hope for the engine.
There's hope.
This is going to be for PS5, right?
I mean, so are those other games.
Yeah, I might have to get a PS5. I might have to just bite the bullet. And you guys don't play yours. Could I buy one of yours, guys?
No,
Danielle's
'cause
using mine right now.
I still use mine.
Damn. Okay.
I have a bunch of stuff on it.
All right. Well, if anybody out there wants to give away a free PS5,
This is where we're at, begging for PS5.
not begging. I was just a curious boy.
And what
Maybe
if-
somebody's got 2 of them and they don't need it.
And they got a wall of them. It's like,
Maybe
man,
they stopped mining Bitcoin.
You're gonna get a
They-
message from a scalper.
They're all scalpers.
I pay $200 for an image of a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nifty. I did have.
You could trade your Concord signed copy for it.
I'll trade you a copy of Concord unopened for a PS5. Don't.
Yeah, at this point, just get the freaking Nvidia GeForce Now. Like
Yeah,
it would
maybe.
be cheaper than getting a PlayStation 5.
It would be.
Yeah, you're right.
As
You're
long as you
right.
have unlimited data, it's fine.
Just try
Yeah.
it.
Because I know
See
you
how
don't
well it
care about your
works.
graphics that much as long as it runs well. It doesn't explode.
That's true. I might be on that. I'm just like afraid of getting another subscription. Anyway, quick other things from the Games Fest. The guy for what was it, Splitgate 2?
That guy.
That was pretty rough.
So explain that to me. What are people saying? Because I kind of looked at it, but I was busy.
Okay.
What's going on?
The guy, the designer, I guess creator maybe, I don't know. A guy for Splitgate 2 came out and he was saying all sorts of nonsense about like, you're sick of Call of Duty games. You're sick of, he basically named everything that his game is and told everybody, you're sick of that garbage. So here's Splitgate 2. And he also said the F word. So he was super, and he had a bat. It was just like the
What, had a
dorkiest shit I'd
bat?
ever seen. Yeah, because they have the bat in Splitgate 2. Oddball. No, that's Halo. We went through this. Whatever it is in Splitgate.
They also have Oddball in it in Splitgate
Do they? Okay.
because it's
Um,
basically Halo with
Yeah, they
portals.
stole stuff.
Yeah, it was just funny because as I was watching it, I was like, this isn't a good, this is a bad look. and it was really short. But I immediately was like, no, people will not like this. And I find out today, yeah, nobody liked that.
I think I remember one of us saying we were watching. He didn't even say anything about the game.
No, and he said he basically, even what I posted, he said, we're not like all these other games, but your game is just an amalgamation of all those other games. And then he had the like MAGA hat, not MAGA hat, but like fake MAGA.
Oh, yeah, like
It
well,
was-
make FPS great again or something.
Yeah, he was just up his own ass about Splitgate, which is just another Quake. So, and I don't hate Splitgate either. Like Splitgate's fine. His attitude about it was just like dated. We'll say
Stinky.
dated. Yeah. So there was that. That was kind of.
Yeah, his terrible hat.
And the hat was it was just a bunch of bad choices at once. You had 30 seconds to make one good choice and you chose wrong every time. So that was probably the cringiest thing that happened. It was fine. It was kind of funny. It's funny to see somebody get up on stage and have a bad
It's
time.
no Squeam.
Don't even get me started on Squeam. I love the Squeam. There was one other thing that I was going to mention.
Oh, I see what people are complaining about too. The prices are insane.
Yep.
Yes.
Are they?
$100 bundles.
Not even. It's like way more.
Yeah, he was bitching about like we're not trying the monetization or our game's free. He's just saying I'd have to watch it again to give you. But if you get a chance, check that out. It's cringe. It's all cringe, especially when his game is full of microtransaction and is just all the other games or parts of it. The other thing that was really good, if you get a chance, is watch the Street Fighter commercial. I really enjoyed the commercial for Street Fighter.
Oh, for that season? Fucking, that was
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, right?
I don't know. All I know is I watched it and I was like, this is exactly what 90s video game commercials used to be. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was wonderful. Other than that, there was like a capture the flag game. Stranger Than Heaven, I think Tsun would really like that game.
I
That
was
seems
waiting
like
to
a
bring
Tsun
that
game.
up. that's from Ryuga Studios, who did Yakuza and Like a Dragon.
Yeah, it looks like a Yakuza game. And I know you love your Yakuza games.
Very
Everybody does. Nobody's ever like Yakuza
Very
games.
interested
Like, I've
to
never
see-
heard somebody say that.
what that game is even about story-wise, because the first trailer takes place in 1914, and the newest one takes place in 1943. So like, there's like some time jumps going on.
I wonder if it's about the Yakuza.
I don't know, because in the newest one, you're playing as a guy who's like doing detective work. You do fight like thugs and looks like Yakuza and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Other than that, yeah, I don't know. They talked about Mecha Break a little bit, but I'm really turned off of Mecha Break
Mash
after
Mac.
that last beta.
I
DOA.
mean, they've announced that all the mechs are going to be available for free. The first 12.
Is
Other
Mash
release,
Mac
Yeah, they
better?
better be. It should just be gone. Like having a progression-based battle royale where people who've played longer have better stuff is a real bad call. And then I think people were also hyped for Mafia, I guess. Not so much myself.
Oh, I
but
forgot. What is it? Mafia: The Old Country? I
Yeah.
forgot that game is like in the works. I
Yeah.
like that
It
series.
looks
so.
like that's pretty much all I can remember. Y'all got anything else that is important before we move on?
Nope.
All right. We were gonna talk about Night Rain, but we are way too deep into this. The only thing I will say is we've been playing it. I really love Night Rain.
It's fun.
They've already talked about pretty quick coming out with a duo mode. There's a mod, but they're coming out with an official duo mode. And the sales are already at 3.5 million. So game's doing well. It's fun to play. I would suggest it if you got a couple friends to play with and you like Elden Ring. Other than that, I think we're done. Are we done?
I'm ready.
Seems
think
to
so.
be. So you're ready?
I'm ready. All right.
I'm
Well,
ready to
thank
be
you
done.
so much. You're ready to be done.
No.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody who is listening. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them on the video or write us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. That's
we
pretty
need to
much
clap.
it. Oh, yeah, we do need to clap. So that doesn't concern you, wonderful listener, but we're all going to get the clap later. So we'll
Oh
talk
no.
about it next time.
Oh no.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.